Okay.
Hi, Rosario Dawson here at the Weed Network Symposium in the UK. What's up, Shine Media?
So Rosario, I wanted to know about kind of your journey to where you are now, like when you discovered and how you got here, and some of the obstacles that you faced.
I'm a New Yorker. I was born in Coney Island, Brooklyn. I don't know my biological father. My mom was a teenage mom. We moved to Manhattan when I was around 4 or 5. We had slumlord apartments and just not great, so my parents moved into a squat in the Lower East Side. And that was interesting. I had a childhood where we had cast iron stoves and plastic for windows and plywood for a door with a chain, and having to bring compound buckets upstairs to take showers and stuff, and watching my parents, and the people in the building, put in the electricity and the sewage lines and all that kind of stuff. It was a really particular experience growing up in Manhattan, and one that, as gentrified as it is now, it was really just not possible anymore. So I had a pretty interesting background, and sort of an exposure to a lot of things, and obviously Manhattan and New York can expose you to so many things. But being as poor as we were, being able to be in that center of the world was so powerful and instrumental to the education that I have now. Being able to travel with my career and doing all the different things that exposed me to so much, and also with my philanthropy and activism, and I was exposed to the housing issues and crises and the police riots and rat infestations and teen pregnancy and dropout rates and HIV/AIDS crisis, and I saw how, especially with economics, how everything was interrelated with each other. And I think that's a big part of the reason why in 2004 I co-founded Voto Latino, which is a voting organization to mobilize Latinos in the political process. And for me, it's like I work with a lot of different organizations. I'm on a lot of different boards. I work with V-Day. We're doing a memory and monologue, a rant and a prayer on March 26th at the Lyric Theater. I hope people can come through. We're also pushing for 1 billion women rising, next Valentine's Day, because 1 in 3 women will be beaten, raped, killed, or in some way abused in their lifetime. And those are astronomical numbers, and that means about 1 billion women on the planet. And so we're hoping that 1 billion people will rise and show what that movement can be, and be that critical mass to make the change that we can see right now. So it's like I work with all these different organizations, and I see it all really boiling down to our citizenry and collaborating with each other. There are these institutions and organizations already in place doing great work, and being able to vote and voting with your money, voting with your ballot, are all really incredible ways and really small ways that we can all be active. And I think that's the thing that's been most encouraging to me. Paying your taxes and voting are some of the first political and activist sort of experiences that we have. But we don't really think of them that way, because so much of what we do and who we are has been perverted, and the language has been taken away from us. And I feel like this is the time to organize. It's great to be here at the Weed Network UK Symposium. I was never able to be a part of it in the States, and I love June, I love Dee, I love what they're doing. I love preaching to the choir. I think it's awesome that, if anyone's out there is actually watching this and listening to me ramble on, that I hope it's useful in some way, shape, or form to share your stories, because that's what's motivated me. That's what's gotten me through the different ruts in my life. I was discovered, and because someone reached out to me and saw something in me, I was able to audition and get that role and keep pushing that door open, and use that opportunities. And it's people helping other people. And so I try to give that back in any way, shape, or form, not because I have to, but because it feels good to pay it forward. And so much of who we are as human beings is just giving to each other. The whole anti-slavery movement was a bunch of people all coming together to help strangers, people who would never be able to even thank them. And so I think that network is what's so important. And that's why I think We Network is so important, because it's recognizing that we have the critical mass already, and that if we just connect with each other and talk with each other and share each other's stories, that we can do it. So I'm going to stop talking right now. I hope that you enjoyed watching this, and now I'm going to go and listen to some other women's stories and get some inspiration myself.
Thank you so much for having us.